Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, I will be talking about a time in my life in which I'm going to be talking about the time I found out I am actually allergic to tree nuts. And I don't know, I thought this would be an interesting first story time video for you guys. So if you guys would like to see what happened, stick around. Okay, so I'm going to set the scene. It was June of last year. It's so weird saying that. But yeah, it was June of 2020 in which I found out that I am allergic to tree nuts. So let me just preface this by saying, when I was younger, I just never had an interest in eating any type of nut. Like, I never wanted to eat a cashew or a pistachio or a pecan or a walnut. I just never was interested in that. And honestly, there's no reason why. Like, there was nothing that I can think of that would make me not even want to try it. I don't know if just looking at it grossed me out or what. But I was just like, I'm not gonna do it. But it was when I was like 5 years old that my mom gave me, I think it was a walnut or a cashew. She gave me it to try. And then when I put it in my mouth, it was a weird feeling. I don't know how to describe it. My mouth essentially started tingling and I think I spit it out and I may have threw up. I don't remember. But it was just this weird tingly feeling in my mouth that I did not like. And I think subconsciously that day I vowed to myself, never ever eat anything that looks like that ever again. So fast forward to last year, I just turned 22, which is what I am now. And something else that a lot of you guys don't know yet, and I'll get into that in another video, but I am in the military, so I'm actually in the reserves, but that's not what this video is about. But anyway, so I was at the base with my coworker, and we went on our lunch break, and we went to this restaurant. So my friend, I believe, is Middle Eastern, so we went to a Middle Eastern restaurant and to try some food because I've never ate Middle Eastern food before. So she's like, try some of this food, like, this is gonna be great, like, I wanted you to try this, and I was like, sure, yeah, because I'm a pretty easygoing person, I love trying new things, so I was excited, honestly. So we drive there, we get out, we go inside. I'm not sure if she's been there before or not, I don't remember, but she kind of seemed like she knew the people that worked there. So they were figuring out what we wanted. I got something that, at least to me, reminded me of like a Chipotle bowl. I got the rice, I got the beans, I got the meat, I think it was chicken, and you know, I started eating it and I was like, this is pretty good. Like, this is great. I like this. And I distinctly remember me getting a bottle of water. I don't know why water specifically. I just wanted water. I don't know. So I got me some water to have with my food. I don't know if I got that just in case I didn't like the food, but I just wanted some water. Anyway, so after we're done eating, we go to this like area of the restaurant in which they have a display of desserts. And I'm like, this stuff looks like pretty good. Like, it looks pretty good. I've never seen anything like this before. So I decided I'm going to try this. Now, I can't even tell you what the name of the food or the name of the dessert was. I don't remember. I don't remember what. It's Middle Eastern. It's one of the Middle Eastern dishes. I have no idea what the name of it was. But the guy behind the counter was like, do you guys want to try? My friend was like, sure. And then I think she asked me, am I allergic to any nuts? I think that's what she asked me, maybe. And I was like, no, not that I know of. And so she's like, okay, cool. And so then the guy hands it over and it was like this big and it looked, what did it look like? I don't know. It just looked like a little dessert that you would find at your grocery store. I don't know. And I literally took the smallest little bite that I thought I could take, in which, just in case I didn't like it, because if I didn't like it, like, I'm not about to just sit there and eat the whole thing. So I take the littlest bite that I possibly could take, and I was like, you know, it's pretty good, I guess. And then all of a sudden, I just started feeling weird. It felt like the room was like coming in. I don't know how to explain that. It felt like it was coming in, but also felt like time was stopping in that moment. And like, I remember just like just staring straight ahead at like, I think it was like the window of the restaurant or something. It was crazy. And I can like hear my friend talking to me, just being like, hey, like, do you like it or whatever? I don't know if you guys heard, that was my phone. But my friend was just like, hey, like, do you like it or whatever? And I'm just like still just staring off in oblivion or something. And my throat started feeling tingly again. And I was like, oh no, this feels familiar. And I just couldn't remember at what point in my life did I feel the same way. And then it dawned on me when I was 5, and I deliberately told myself never to even attempt to try anything tree nut related ever again. So then I'm like, no. And I kept drinking the water that I had, and it just was not getting better. And I was like, I'm about to die. I'm literally going to die. Like, I can't. And then after my throat felt tingly, it felt like my throat started like closing, I guess you could say. And I don't know if my friend noticed that I was having like some technical difficulties, but she pretty much was looking at me kind of like, you need to relax, like you're overreacting or whatever. And I was looking at her like, no, I'm not. Like, this is not good. And so essentially I just kept drinking the water. And I kept telling myself, just relax. It's going to be okay. And I think it took maybe like 10 to 20 minutes for me to just finally not feel like I was going to die. But I will say for the rest of the day, my throat felt sore, and the tingly feeling was like faintly there, but not as strong as it first was. So then that got me thinking. I'm like, does that mean I'm allergic to whatever that was? Like, I probably should have found out what I ate, but I just assumed, because I never had a tree nut since I was like 5. I just assumed I wasn't allergic to tree nuts. Like, I just told myself from the age of 5 just not to eat anything with nuts in it, without realizing that I may have actually just had an allergic reaction to a nut. So after that, we get back to the base. I'm still just like feeling a little weird, so I was able to go home for that day. And then I eventually made an appointment to see an allergist. So I'm going to tell you guys about that. So went to the allergist, super nice lady, and she had, what is this called? I think it's called the prick test, I believe is the correct terminology for that. So she pretty much took different nuts, and I don't know if it's like a sample or like I think it's like a sample of different nuts. And then so she took each sample and then made a prick on the back of my back. And the goal is to see if the back of my back starts swelling. And that will tell her and me if I'm allergic to any type of nut. So essentially she did that all over my back with a different type of nuts, and then had it sit on my skin for, I think it was like 15 minutes. So she left out the room, came back after 15 minutes. And then I found out, before I get into that, let me just say, she does it on my back, walks out. I look at the timer that's like on the counter across the room, and I'm like, oh, 15 minutes? We're good. Like, I can do this. It's not that big of a deal. And then as soon as she walked out, it felt like somebody was like pinching the back of my back. Like, it felt like someone was like squeezing the back of my back in just different areas of it. And I don't know what it looked like, but the way it felt like a huge rock-like thing was like forming on my back in different places. Kind of like if you got like stung by something. That's what it felt like. It felt like a really, really bad sting. And then, 15 minutes pass, and then she walks in the room and she's like, oh yeah, you're allergic. And I was like, what? So the synopsis is I am allergic to pretty much any tree nuts that there are. So obviously we got your pistachios, your walnuts, your cashews, your pecans. I'm allergic to all that. So it's not that detrimental to me. Like, I'm not over here crying. Like, I'm fine. Like, I've literally told myself not to eat that stuff anyway since I was 5. So that was never just something I would eat. So it's not bad. I'm chill with it. I'm not allergic to peanuts because case you don't know, peanuts are not tree nuts. Peanuts are legumes. So I can eat peanut butter with no problems whatsoever. And yeah, so that was the story of how I found out I am allergic to tree nuts and managed to live pretty much my whole life without ever running into any of them. And hopefully that continues in today's current day. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching or hearing or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one.